President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump traveled to Texas today to meet with first responders and grieving families in the wake of the flooding disaster there. He began with a briefing from local elected officials. Then he surveyed the damage before meeting with National Guard, local police, and rescue workers, and finally plans to visit with families of those who died or are missing. In other national headlines, we send it over to Alan Miller.
Well, Monica, the president's disparagement of Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell appears to be at a boiling point. In a letter, the Office of Management and Budget alleges Powell lied to Congress about the Fed headquarters renovations. It's no secret President Trump wants Powell out so he can appoint someone who will cut interest rates sooner, but he probably can't fire Powell for that reason. Supreme Court rulings forbid it, and analysts say the stock market could tank. They say Mr. Trump would need to find some other cause or convince Powell to quit. Powell says the board probably would have cut interest rates if Mr. Trump hadn't imposed sweeping tariffs. President Trump is again threatening a 35% tariff on goods imported from Canada. NBC News reports the president says any trading partner that did not receive a letter or reach a framework agreement will be charged a blanket tariff rate of up to 20%. Negotiations between the two countries had Canadian representatives hopeful that a deal could be reached soon. Secretary of State Marco Rubio addressed the tariff situation as he was leaving Asian nations talks in Kuala Lumpur by saying the president is resetting tariff levels with virtually every country in the world.
At the end of the day, the United States has built these tremendous trade imbalances over the last 30 or 40 years. It's unfair to American and American workers, and in addition to threaten our industrial capacity. Trade needed to be revisited. The president campaigned on that, and that's what he's doing, and he's resetting it on a global scale.
The FBI has stepped up its use of lie detector tests since Kash Patel became the head of the agency. The polygraphs are not for criminals, but for its own agents. The New York Times reports sources familiar with the matter say a number of workers have been polygraphed and asked whether they have said anything negative about Patel. Those sources say in one case, some were polygraphed to try to find out who disclosed to the news media that Patel had demanded a service weapon. It's not common practice for someone who is not an FBI agent to carry a weapon. And one of the stories we're working on for First News at 6, knowledge of civics can help make you a better citizen. And some of the knowledge is being tested. Back to you, Monica.